let's go ahead and get started. We are going to cover a few things today. So first, we're just going to start out by talking about why these two organizations have partnered. So StraighterLine and WGU have a lot in common, and I think that will become more clear as we talk about each organization. The student experience, a lot of you on the line are thinking about becoming a student at StraighterLine or WGU or both, which is great, and it's hard to know what that's going to be like, and so this will give you a glimpse into that perspective. 3 problems in higher education that we all face and I think that are being addressed by WGU and StraighterLine. The programs we offer so that you can see if it's a good fit, the transfer process and how easy it is to transfer credits from StraighterLine to WGU, and then like I said, we will have time for additional questions if they're not addressed along the way at the end of the presentation. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Burck and take it away.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome, everybody. Glad. The first question is, why have StraighterLine and WGU partnered? As Nick alluded to, we share very similar missions. Western Governors was created and StraighterLine was created as a high-quality, extremely convenient, extremely low-priced way for adults to get degrees, for adults to get educated. And it's our mission to do this, and like WGU as well. And then our models, competency-based education, are similar as well. So students move through courses at their own pace. When they're ready to be assessed, they may do so and get credits for what they've learned rather than how long they've sat. So for students to this, the benefits of students to this partnership are twofold. One is that you end up getting your degree from a fabulous institution like Western Governors. And the second is StraighterLine gives the ability for students to save even more money, as well as to become familiar with online education and the process when they start. We have seen, as we'll talk about further, students who start with StraighterLine and end at Western Governors have higher levels of ultimate success than those who start elsewhere. So the last piece is, as you've probably seen if you've been in the higher education system or you tried to transfer credits from one school to another, it's not always easy. Sometimes colleges will make it difficult to transfer credits or to know what credits do and don't transfer. StraighterLine and Western Governors have created an agreement, so credits are guaranteed to transfer, and all it takes is a click of a button. So many of you are saying, well, what is StraighterLine? Western Governors, that's college. What's StraighterLine? So we are an innovative solution to the rising cost of college education. We offer general education courses. Those are the courses that everyone takes in the beginning of their college journey. Things like college algebra, English composition, accounting 101, anatomy and physiology, psychology 101, U.S. history, etc. Those are the courses that everybody takes at some point, and those are the courses that StraighterLine offers. We are not a college. We do not offer degrees. We just offer those courses that can be transferred to colleges who will offer those degrees. We are extremely affordable. Students are pay $99 per month, and then a per course fee of around $49, though certain courses may be higher, which is much more affordable than most community colleges, and certainly more than most four-year colleges. So students can get low price, high quality college credit and real savings on the degree if they start with us and then finish at Western Governors. So a little bit about the student experience. If you have gone to our website or going to our website, there are a number of things you can do. You can enroll directly if you choose. We also have a free trial, which gives you 2 lessons of a wide variety of our courses for free, so you can experiment and see what the lessons look like and what the format looks like and what it might be like to work in a self-paced environment. It's a way to get acclimated before you have to make any kind of commitment. So students, you sign up and you get started. As soon as you sign up, you start. So there's no wait time or next month or wait till the professor gets here or the cohort starts. You start immediately. You work at your own pace. There are midterms and finals in most courses. You take your exam when you're ready. You can finish in as little as 30 days or take longer if you choose, entirely up to you. If you are a motivated student, you can save even more money because we charge on a subscription. If you want to take longer, that's fine as well. As I mentioned, we have guaranteed credit transfer to Western Governors as well as a variety of other colleges. So the credits you hear are useful across a wide range of higher education. We have significant student services available to you as well. So when students enroll, they are eligible for up to 10 hours of tutoring support. And then further, for non-academic questions, things like transfer questions or billing questions or tech support or any of the myriad other things that come up in a student's experience, we have enrollment advisors and student advisors who are available to answer those questions as well. We built courses, as you can see some of the screenshots here. It's a fabulous interface to see what courses you're taking. You have progress reports, and you can move at your own pace. As I mentioned and have talked about, StraighterLine provides a significant savings on your degree, very high quality courses in addition to the colleges with whom we have transfer agreements in Western Governors University. Our courses have been reviewed and recommended by the American Council on Education's Credit Recommendation Service. Some of you may be familiar with that, but if you're not, it's an organization that is the largest trade group of colleges that have a service that say whether courses from non-colleges are college equivalent. And we've been through that process 5 times, and all of our courses are ACE credit recommended. Students have shown significant success when they transfer from us to Western Governors, as we'll talk more about later on, but over 90% of students who transfer credits from us to Western Governors persist to a degree. And then lastly, to transfer your credit, you just click a button from StraighterLine and we pass it over to Western Governors.
And like I said, I have completed my MBA here at Western Governors, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the student experience and share that with you all so that you can think about what it would look like if you were to select Western Governors as your place that you transfer. So first of all, we are 100% online. We don't have any buildings. Well, we have buildings for offices, but we don't have any buildings for teaching. Everything is done online, which is part of our mission to keep the costs low and to provide an incredibly flexible quality education for you. The faculty mentor model is extremely unique. So we assign every student a personal faculty mentor. This is somebody that's going to talk to you weekly. They're available more often if you need them, but they're going to help you set up your schedule. They're going to help you work through your courses. They're going to set goals, help you overcome any sticky points like, when to talk to financial aid, when to, complete your courses, those type of things. So you're never doing it alone. We have a huge amount of support all the way through your program. Because you're busy, we know that many of you have full-time jobs, families, lots of responsibilities and things going on in your life. Our most successful students work on one course at a time. So it's a great model where you can complete a course, you work really hard and study, take the assessment when you're ready, just like at StraighterLine. You pass the exam or finish your paper and move on to your next course. So wonderful model that way. I'm going to be showing you a video that covers all of this and kind of gives you a glimpse into what that looks like. The assessments are either an exam or sometimes you do a paper or a presentation. But with the competency-based model, just like StraighterLine, we are assessing what you've learned. So we're measuring not how long you sit in a classroom, but what you've learned. So this really pays off if you have experience from a career or life experience, because you may be able to move quickly through some subjects and slow down and take it more slowly and really learn those well in other areas. So it's really nice that you can move at the pace that's comfortable for you. We also have learning communities. We have numerous ways to connect with other students. We do webinars that are both live and asynchronous, which means they're recorded and you can watch them in the middle of the night or whenever it's convenient for your schedule. So with that, I'm going to jump over to this YouTube video.
As students at WGU, we're busy. We have jobs, family responsibilities, and incredibly demanding schedules. We need convenience and flexibility, and the My WGU portal makes it easy for us to get online and study whenever we can. All I need is an internet connection, and I'm ready to study. The My WGU portal is the command center for my degree program. At the top of the page, I have quick access to my current courses, my degree plan, resources, which includes a link to the library, financial aid information, and a help section that lets me contact WGU directly. From my homepage, I can contact my student mentor, view my term progress, and make sure I'm on track for graduation. Here I can see my current courses, my weekly schedule, approaching task deadlines, news, and email. Accessing a course from the homepage is easy. Select the course from the My Courses section, or click My Courses at the top. It's that simple. Now I'm on the My Courses page, and I can get to work. Here, I can get to every section of the course: the start and end dates, the study plan, course materials, learning resources, assessment preparation, my notes, and message boards. The My Courses page is like the classroom for my course. I study here, ask questions, and find out how to submit my final assessment. Because WGU's competency-based learning model allows me to focus only on things I still need to learn, I can choose not to follow the study plan, moving past topics I already know, so I can focus on the topics I'm not familiar with. Completed sections can be checked off to keep me on track. Using the Course Material tab, I can get to textbooks, videos, and other materials that will help me learn and master required competencies for my course. These course materials can be viewed on a laptop, tablet, mobile phone, or even an e-reader, depending on the provider. Once I feel I've mastered all of the competencies for the course, I'm ready to take the assessment. Assessments can take several forms at WGU, depending on the course. Performance assessments are research papers or presentations that demonstrate that I really know the course material. These papers and presentations are submitted for evaluation through TaskStream, a site that tracks WGU assessments. Objective assessments are timed and proctored exams. They may require writing, filling in an answer, or multiple choice. If I have a high-speed internet connection, a block of uninterrupted time, and a room with no distractions, I can take these exams at home. I'm monitored by a live proctor through a webcam provided by WGU. Once I complete and pass my assessment, I can move on to the next course. I'm one step closer to graduation.
So we can get you the link if you want to watch that video again. I know that it covered a lot of material, but hopefully it was helpful in seeing what it's like to be a student. Inside the portal is a wonderful, array of technologies to help you learn using, kind of some strategies that work best for you, whether it's video or textbooks or webinars. We've got all of that here. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm going to go to Burck to talk about 3 of the problems in adult higher education today.
This is the second online education company that I've started, and I did it because I've been very interested and focused on the problems of price in higher education. So bear with me for a few statistics, but college tuition has risen 4 times the rate of inflation over the past 30 years. The healthcare it's even twice as fast as healthcare costs. So extremely significant price growth. At the same time, the ability for people to afford college has declined. Median family asset value has dropped by 1/3 in the last 10 years. And the result is exploding student debt. And student debt has a negative influence on everybody's individual lives and the nation as a whole. And so that's why I started StraighterLine, was to try and make a difference. And for us, the answer was to focus on general education courses, to be able to give students a low price, low risk way to start and then finish at colleges. And for adults, flexibility is key. Adults have different lives than traditional students. They have work, they've got families, they've got all sorts of other commitments that make it difficult to go to a particular college and sit for a particular amount of time. So by combining online courses with very low prices, which is what we've seen in every other sector of society, the StraighterLine was born. And the last thing that I think is really important is what if? And despite all the interest and excitement about going back to college, the reality is that a lot of people don't complete. So a lot of people start, they're very motivated, and they don't quite make it. And the reality is that half of students across the country don't end up completing a degree. So for StraighterLine, we've deliberately built a way to price such that the risk is low. So first you have a free trial, and then once you enroll, we're charging on a subscription. So that means if things change, if your kid gets sick, if your work has a new project that demands more hours, if something happens and you can't complete, you've only paid that month's subscription as opposed to an entire semester's tuition, which is what you might pay at a community college or elsewhere. So the what if is very, very important for students going back to college. And in fact, about a quarter of our enrollments every day are students who are coming back to us. So they stopped because something happened in their lives, and then when they were ready, came back and re-enrolled. And for us, that's terrific. That's the way adult students behave. That's how we've built our service. So by combining StraighterLine at the beginning, low-priced, extremely affordable, low-risk general education courses, and the matriculation to Western Governors, it's a terrific solution for adult students.
So I just wanted to talk for a minute about, some things to think about, some benefits of WGU. And when I think about, evaluating a college or university, I think about the equation that's highlighted there. So the quality, what's the quality like, and what's the cost, and that's the true value that I'm going to get as a student. So just to hit a couple topics, WGU was recently ranked, they had this WGU Secondary Teacher Education Program ranked #1 in the nation out of 2,400 programs, and our elementary education program in the top 20. So pretty outstanding, just recognizing our teachers. And not many people know this, but WGU is the #1 provider of math and science teachers in the entire country. So everyone hears about STEM. If you're interested in going into STEM, which there's a high demand right now, this is a wonderful way to get an affordable degree and get you into your classroom faster. We license teachers in all 50 states, so it's pretty incredible. Obviously, you can see there, we were recognized by Fast Company magazine as one of the world's most innovative companies, which, as you all would expect, that's pretty unique for a university. Usually it's startups like, Twitter and Uber and all these. So pretty exciting thing to be recognized by them. We were also recognized by the White House as an example of what works in post-secondary education. If you are currently unemployed or underemployed or changing careers, WGU has been shown again and again to work and get you the skills that you need to impress employers and land the job and then be highly competent in that job, because that's what our curriculum is focused around, is what those skills and those competencies that you need to do a job well. We were rated the most affordable online university, and then so that brings us to the cost, right? And our cost is about $6,000 a year. Most of our students don't pay that much because they receive loans and grants and scholarships, but that's a pretty impressive number, and that number hasn't risen in 8 years. So we haven't raised tuition for 8 years. We're a nonprofit, which means we put our students first. We keep our tuition and fees down. So all of your online textbooks are included with a resource fee. You're not spending $500 a term like in many universities. So we put the resources back into our students because we want you to graduate. And the result of that, I can flip back over, is our student satisfaction is through the roof. So you can see from the graphic here, 97% were satisfied, 58% were extremely or very satisfied. And what's more impressive for me is that 98% of our students that we surveyed said they would recommend WGU to a friend or family member. And what's even more impressive is that 85% already have. So our students are telling the people they care about that they're having a great experience and encouraging their friends and family to enroll as well. And that doesn't happen unless we have a great product and we have great graduates that are, seeing the outcomes. And speaking of our graduates, that's what it's all about, right? So we survey our graduates every year, and they report that 1 to 3 years after graduation, the average salary increase is $9,000. And 4 to 6 years after graduation, they report an average salary increase of over $18,000. So this is all about the return on investment, right? If you're going to spend the money to get a degree and even take on some loans, how fast can you pay it back? And what skills are you learning so that you're more valuable in the workforce and more marketable? And I think this slide says a lot. you can hear in my voice, I'm super passionate about WGU and how affordable and convenient it is for students. And so to me, that's a big deal. The next slide. So we offer degrees in 4 high demand areas. We offer both bachelor's and master's degrees. We obviously have a teacher's college, like I spoke about. We have a college of business, a college of information technology, and then a college of health professions, which is predominantly nursing, but we also offer a health informatics degree, and then there's specialized MBAs in there. So go to our website and check out, all of the individual majors that you can major in. But these 4 areas, we know that there are jobs in these areas, and so that is why we've chosen to focus in these 4 areas and to do a great job educating students in these areas and not in basket weaving and things that won't help you get a career, get a job. So I think I'm going to turn it back to you, Burck, to talk about the success.
First is similar learning models, as we discussed, both competency-based focused, both self-paced, both have portals where you can access your different courses. So very, very similar learning models. Both have ample support for academics and non-academics. And then second, the kinds of students who succeed at StraighterLine are then very likely to succeed when they go to Western Governors. So over 90% persist. Easy credit transfer. Click a button after you've successfully completed StraighterLine courses, and your credits transfer to Western Governors. Very simple. And then lastly, real savings. So students who start with StraighterLine not only save on the prices and the low risk, but Western Governors will also reimburse course fees for those successful students. So for each course transferred from Western Governors, rather from StraighterLine to Western Governors will give you a tuition discount, and there are additional scholarships. And the reason is because if you've done this work with StraighterLine, you've proven that you are going to be a good student. It's a great way to get started, and Western Governors wants great students. So there's great reasons to do that.
All right, thanks, Burck. So the transfer process, we're going to make it really easy and sweeten the deal for you. So first of all, you'll want to talk to an enrollment counselor. You can call WGU, or you can talk to StraighterLine. Sometimes it helps to have the end goal in mind. So if you have your major and you talk to a WGU enrollment counselor, you need any prerequisites for the program, and then you'll be able to talk to a StraighterLine person and say, okay, which courses should I complete? Do 4 or more at StraighterLine, saves you money, and in addition, we will waive our application fee, which is normally $65. If you complete 4 or more, we'll also refund your course fees at StraighterLine, so not your monthly subscription, but your course fees, which is a $200 credit at W, which is great. That's guaranteed. And then you can also apply for a $2,000 WGU StraighterLine scholarship that we've created specifically for students that have completed 4 or more StraighterLine courses and transferred to WGU. We know these are great students, like Burck said. They retain well, they know the model, and so we're going to, we award additional scholarship money. We only have 1 scholarship application at WGU, so as you're applying for this scholarship, you'll actually be considered for any of our other scholarships, yellow for, which is also a bonus. But yeah, it's a great pathway. It makes it really easy. There's no question that your courses will transfer. Those credits will come right over to WGU. So the next step is for you to take action. And like I said, you can visit either of the websites. Those are listed there. I think I see one of them linked in the chat box, and you could probably link StraighterLines as well. The numbers that you can call are both toll-free. You're going to be in touch with an enrollment counselor, someone that's going to be knowledgeable about answering any questions that are specific to your situation. Sometimes it's hard in a webinar like this to get into the weeds and the details about what you want to do and what courses you've already have. Those type of questions, the enrollment counselors are going to help you tease that apart and make sure that you're in the right place and that you've got a great plan to finish. So with that being said, that's our presentation. We are going to continue to answer questions in the chat box. It gets a little messy if we have people coming off of mute. So if you have questions, we're going to stay, our representatives will continue monitoring that chat box, and we're happy to answer anything that you might have. And I do have a bonus slide, like I said, so I might jump over to that real quick. It'll take about 3 minutes. So let's take a look at that real quick. So this is what I've learned from, I've been in higher ed now for 8 years and then been a student for longer than that. And so this is the best way right now to get an affordable accredited degree. So in this order is number 1 is to choose StraighterLine and WGU. There are other options out there, many of which will charge you more or might not be accredited, or we see that in the news a lot. But going with organizations that have been around a while and are doing a great job is one of the best things that you can do. Number 2 is to commit the time to studying, because with competency-based programs, the time that you put in directly correlates to your progress. So if you're doing 20 hours a week, you're going to be accelerating at StraighterLine and finishing your courses faster, which means less money and less time. And then same thing at WGU. If you're accelerating your courses, I don't even know if I mentioned it, but you can actually, it's a flat tuition fee that you pay at WGU. So if you accelerate, you can actually take more courses in your term, and you're not charged additionally for those. So pretty cool. You can actually shave off, 1 or 2 or 3 terms off your degree, and that saves you a bunch of money. Number 3 would be to talk to your employer and see if there's any tuition assistance. A lot of times, even if they don't have any kind of tuition assistance, they have professional development funds. You can put it as your work goal that you're, learning some new skills, and they might be able to chip in some money for school or your education or your books, things like that. Number 4, the no-brainer is to apply for financial aid. We have webinars that cover, financial aid alone. It's a big topic, but essentially you want to fill out the FAFSA, which is a free application. You are eligible for grants, which you don't have to pay back, and loans, which you do have to pay back. But it's all tools that will help you bring down the cost of school and make it more reasonable, so that you're not paying out of pocket, because we know it's not always easy to pay out of pocket. Number 5 is to apply for scholarships. So obviously, your college is the best bet, and WGU offers a vast array of scholarships. You can go check that out on our website. Then you want to broaden your search to a local search. So maybe in your town or your city, or organizations that you're a part of, your church, things like that. Specific to you would be like, maybe you're a single parent, you're in the military, you've overcome cancer or some challenging part of your life. There's all scholarships for that. And then promotional is kind of those that you write an essay, you're up against thousands of people, and you can still win awards, but those are much harder to win. So those are the lowest on the list. Number 6 would be to use personal savings or money that you can set aside from each paycheck. We work with students to do that at WGU, because sometimes it's better to do that than to take out a loan. You can cancel cable and both take the savings and the time benefit of not watching TV and get your degree, and then you can reward yourself with getting cable again, things like that. And then number 7 is to use loans from your federal aid program. You do have to pay those back. Usually the rates are pretty low, and that if you're attending an affordable institution, like we looked at, your raise and your salary increase on the back end, while we can't promise anything, it typically can help you get a good return on your investment. So just wanted to cover those things. If you have any additional questions, you can find me through the scholarship program here, or talk to our folks here on the chat line. But we want you to finish a degree without a mountain of debt. And I think that's why Burck and I both do what we do and work for, well, he started his company and I just work for mine, but it's why we're here. So with that, I'm going to flip back to the thank you slide. Appreciate all of you being here. Do some research, compare us, check out everything that we've said, but we would love to have you take action and come join WGU and StraighterLine.
And one note, we forgot to mention, there is a discount code prospective WGU students can use to get a $50 discount off of StraighterLine's enrollment, and I believe it's on the web page. But someone can put that in the box about where it can be found or what the code is. So, so thank you, everybody.